Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for spending your time and lending your beautiful energy to this community. I really appreciate you. So today I have a very interesting spread for you guys looking into 2022, and I'm calling it the Tarot Scope. So we're going to look at astrology and a tarot, but primarily it's all about tarot. So it'll be a fun one. It is a pick a card. You can choose as many piles as you're drawn to. These are your four options: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead and pick one, and I will see you right at your selection. Hello, pile 1. This is for those of you who chose the first stone. I'll let you look at it. It is beautiful, and this is called the snakeskin agate. So this is going to be your 2022 tarot outlook or tarot scope, however you want to call it. But this is quite an interesting stone. So very similar to the messages we get from snakes, right? How snakes shed their skin, they evolve, and leaving the old behind and stepping into the unknown, going outside of our comfort zone. That's what the stone really represents. And at the same time, it also talks about being able to blend in the crowd when we don't want to stand out, right? So there's a lot of self-empowerment energy that comes through from this stone. I will keep this here. You can pause and read on your own, but really it represents strength, privacy, and self-love. So coming into a lot of self-empowerment, and the major astrological aspects are Gemini and Mercury, right? So communication. This will be a year where you will grow in your communication style. You may perhaps evolve in a certain way that you're able to express yourself much more with ease, even in very difficult situations and things like that. So we'll see what comes up. Now, for today's spread, I am extremely excited. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for lending your energies to this channel. And if you're new, welcome. I have not done this spread before on my channel, so let's see. I'm going to pop up the Astro wheel over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the 12 houses, draw tarot for those, and see which ones could be the major impactful ones for you this year. We already have the High Priestess here, and we have the Snake Stone. Okay, so very, very powerful year for you. Listen to your intuition. You are going to be on fire. I can really pick that up. All right, so let's get into it. Let's draw your 12 tarot cards and get right into it. The very first house, we have the Six of Swords. Ooh, cards are ready. Look at that. I'll just, we won't get too much into astrology, but I'll tell you what the impact is for the areas that they're coming up. So kicking off the year, you see how we had communication and Mercury. So Mercury and Gemini over here. It's all about our thoughts, our intellect, our communication skills, and you have 3 sword cards already. Swords do represent communications, okay, and our thoughts and our thinking process. We have in the 4th house, we have the Devil, our first major arcana. 5th house, more swords. Are there a lot of air signs in this group? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You may have major placements in your chart with so many swords cards showing up. Now we have Virgo showing up here, 6th house, major arcana. Ooh. And we have the Page of Wands for the 7th house. We have, 2 pages, guys. New beginnings. Okay, let's go to our 9th house. We have the King of Cups. Ooh, look at that. 10th house, we have the World. We have 11th house, we have the 7 of Wands, and our last card, we have 12th house, Hanged Man. Okay, so let me just do a quick summary for you, and then I want to zoom into the major arcana houses, which is going to be 4, 6, and 10, and 12 for you. Overall, looks like this is going to be a year where you're going to be squashing quite a bit of your self-limiting beliefs. Okay, you have 8 of Swords, Devil, and 2 of Swords. And, you know, there's also a lot of meditation happening this year. Okay, it's a lot of invert energy, the Virgo as well. This is going to be a pivotal year. You may shy away from people this year, and I'll tell you how I'm coming up with these things. Again, this stone, you picked it for a reason. What is this? The snake, what is it called? Snakeskin agate. Okay, it's an agate. So yeah, this year it's interesting. Everything is pointing to this. You're going to shed some major skin this year in from the point of view of a snake. Okay. Which means as we grow in our wisdom, our older shell does not fit us anymore. So this year, the major breakthroughs are going to come in your own internal thinking, which is what you value, where you feel your connections lead you, where you feel at home, and where you feel your creativity blocked. All these areas are really talking about a complete shift in your mindset, which is going to come from your internal energy and meditation a lot. Okay. So for your own personal energy with the Six of Swords, you are ready to move on. You're ready to get onto calmer waters. Okay, this is the first house. Is all about our identity, our ego, how we represent ourselves to the world, and what we associate ourselves with. And for you, peace is the pivotal theme this year for you. Your focus is going to be on peace. You are going to value freedom a lot. The second house is about our income and what we value, or who we value. And with the Eight of Swords, it's like breaking those chains, breaking those mental barriers, and realizing you can expand into whatever area you want. There is a slowdown or very peaceful connections that you're going to focus on. Third house is about people, colleagues, or siblings, or close family, close neighbors. And with the Four of Swords coming up over here, this is a slow invert energy where you'll take it easy. Okay, as you go through your own journey, you're going to be very selective about the people you pick in this year to partner with. This is where, so I'll come to the majors. Let's go through here first. Fifth house, it's your job this year to break through creative blocks. Okay, these blocks just exist in your mind. You just gotta take one step. Take one step on whatever you want to create. This is creativity, this is children, this is the fun house, and this is where you've been feeling blocked. And this year, make an active effort to break out of those blocks, of your mental blocks. Okay, we'll come here later. This is about, with these two showing up, the seventh house is about connections and companions and marriages and partnerships. Okay, so new passionate beginnings is what I see. So if some of you are single, you could be meeting the one, or meeting somebody who really sparks your inner fire quite a bit. This could also go for business partnerships. So new energy, and the new energy in shared income. This could be, so this is our income from our partners, from inheritance, also loans, mortgages, any financing institutions. So this is outside of our primary income. There are going to be probably some new avenues for you there. So keep an eye out for that. This can also mean, commissions may go up, bonuses may go up all of a sudden, but this is, again, in addition to our personal income. That's where this comes out. So the pages do represent new energy. Now, ninth house is all about our long-term goals, our vision for ourselves, our philosophy. The King of Cups is really talking about being very open-minded and fluid with the ideas and philosophies that come. Also a level of maturation. Okay, again, you're growing in wisdom, you're expanding your mindset, and that will also bring with it new ways of solving problems, because it's the king, right? So it's a higher experienced court card in here. Come to this later. 11th house, this is our friends, this is our connections, this is our social house. With the Seven of Wands here, you may find that because your thinking is growing, because you're unblocking quite a bit of your own inhibitions, you may find that there are connections where you may be at odds with people. And it's not you being at odds with them, they just haven't caught up to your level of understanding, okay? So this is with these energies here with the third house and the 11th house cards. what's this showing us over here is this is a pivotal year where there could be changes in your friend circle, in your social circle. You may just feel, and there's nothing bad or good about it. It's just change. It's just evolution, where you may find that now your interests are different. Now you think differently. And there may be moments where you may feel like you could have been with like friends with people for like 20 years, right? And all of a sudden you may question, why do I hang out with them? I just don't know. So those are the type of changes that will come as you evolve, and just be open to that. Okay, they're not wrong, you're not wrong. It's just that the universe brings in people until we mutually learn from each other, and then, you know, we go out and then we meet with other people and learn new lessons. So that's definitely happening in your social sector. Okay, so that's the overarching theme: unblocking yourself, expanding your knowledge, coming into new, look here, partnerships too. So people are changing for you this year. Sources or additional sources of income are changing. Perhaps if you unblock your creativity, you could come into some side hustle that could make you money. Now the big stuff is happening here, and here. So let's start here, because this is our foundation. Okay, we have the Devil energy. This is the Capricorn card, so we could also have some Capricorns in the group here. Fourth house is about our security, our foundation, our family, what makes us feel whole and what makes us feel secure. Okay, that's what this is. And when the Devil shows up here, it's like, you know, we have felt bound. And I'm choosing my words carefully, but I'm saying that looking at the surrounding energies as well. So you may have felt restricted in the home sector, and literally because of the global situation we've been in, a lot of families have had to come together and stay under the same roof. We felt trapped, for lack of a better word. We just felt we don't have the space, and we may have felt blocked, just period, physically blocked. There may just not be enough room for everybody overall. So that could be one. And the other would be like the traditions or the expectations in your home and family arena just may not sit with you well anymore, because you have expanded and you're growing. So that's where you're going to have to really be open to having a different point of view. Again, shedding the skin. That skin does not fit you anymore. Okay, your shoe size has grown. You can't wear a smaller shoe size anymore. You're going to be super uncomfortable. Trust me, I've done that with a favorite pair of shoes. I refused to take them off just because they were so pretty. And yeah, that wasn't fun, right? So you got to let go of things that still are close to your heart. They worked in the past, but they don't work anymore. That is going to be very important for you to focus on this year. On the 6th house, this looks like an inward energy with the Virgo card showing up here, the Hermit. 6th house is all about our daily routines. It is a balance of our work and our health. Okay, our routines, day to day. How do we commute? What time do we get up? You know, what do we have for breakfast? Or do we have breakfast? You know, do we do intermittent fasting? Or do we like to work out? So these are where you have to listen to your body and your mind a lot this year. And the more you tune into the energies of your body, the better you're going to do, even in the workplace. Because this talks about the balance between our dedication and hard work to the material world, which is our identity, our job, but then also, do we give enough attention to our body and our mind, so our physical, emotional, mental well-being. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you when you're feeling off, and then take breaks. That's going to be important for you this year. Okay, 10th house, there are some major changes. Ending of old cycles and beginning of new. 10th house is your career sector. So looking at all of this, there are some new income streams, passive income, or some financing or loans coming through. Okay, there is some unblocking of creativity here, which can also affect our career. But overall, there is a new career. So some of you may be changing jobs this year. Some of you may be starting your own business. Some of you may be closing your own business and getting back into the workforce. So it'll be different for each one of you. But that's what the 10th house represents. It is a major arcana. Big changes this year. I was just, what was I reading on? I was looking at Chinese astrology, and I know if any of you are in the Chinese zodiac, wow, snakes. And we have the snakes down here, snake skin agate. For the snake Chinese signs, they have, 2022 is a very positive year for career. And of course, I was looking into it because I'm a snake. So maybe this is my reading. I don't know. Just check that as well. But definitely big career changes for you next year. I would say complete change of direction, or a new job, or you may start a side hustle and go for a part-time job, whatever that is, because there are multiple streams that I'm seeing, and there's some new elements that I'm seeing over here. These two, so 6th and 12th house, are really inward energies with the hangman over here. This house talks about our internal shadow work. Okay, excellent for therapy, excellent for, like getting readings with astrologers or tarot readers, or seeing a life coach, a mentor, meditation classes, anything like that that helps you go within. This is going to be very important, because the more shadow work you do, the more you'll know what you need to break away from, and that fuels everything else, right? This is like the inner foundation. So those are some of the things. So the four major things for you this year. Don't hesitate on changing your foundations. Don't be trapped or feel trapped in outdated traditions in the home and family and foundation sector. Pay attention to your mental, physical, emotional well-being. Make time for yourself and not just the job, not just other people. Be open to career changes, and then also do as much shadow work as you can, because your friend circle is going to change, and it's important for you to know what you want and who you are in this year. So very, very positive overall. So let's throw on some, what is this called? Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I mess up the names of the decks. I will put them in the description box in case you want to buy them for yourself. So the major themes, I'm just going to pick 3 astrological influences. So for 2022, group 1, we have Sun in Sagittarius, enthusiasm. This is the 9th house. Okay, we'll share what this means. So you have enthusiasm, you have defense, which is Mars in Taurus, the 2nd house right here. This is the 9th house we're talking about with the King of Cups. And then the 3rd, we have resourcefulness, Sun in Cancer. That is the 4th house. Okay, so here's what's going to be amazing for you this year. First of all, 9th house, keep on building your knowledge. Keep on expanding. Be very enthusiastic about any of the new things or endeavors, or even like skills that you pick up this year. You have the Sun, so you have Sun in enthusiasm and resourcefulness. Okay, with these showing up, and with this devil sitting in the 4th house, and these energies are telling me some of you will have an amazing time if you kick off like a side hustle from your home. Okay, this could be blogging, this could be, again, anything, knitting, cooking, what's that program that I keep seeing ads for, a chef, where, there's home cooked foods, anything like that, anything that you can work on from your home, because this is saying resourcefulness in the 4th house, and it has the Sun here. Okay, that's going to bring your identity to the forefront. And maybe the devil is here to say, like, don't hold yourself back. You're pretty resourceful, and you can be pretty resourceful. If you don't have, like, let's say you are an aspiring chef, and let's say you don't have a big chef's kitchen. It's okay. Be resourceful. Buy an extra one, invest in an extra whatever stove, put it in your garage safely. Again, you can build your pantry in your garage, and get started. That's being resourceful. Don't let the size of your house hinder your chef dream. That's just an example. I don't know why that came through. For some of you, you do love cooking. So the more you unblock your energies on feeling restricted and try to lean into being more resourceful, the quicker this is going to happen. And show a lot of enthusiasm in your knowledge, your long-term goals. Be enthusiastic about it, be resourceful about it, and then you'll see that you won't really have to defend yourself against anybody. This specifically talks about our value system. So you see how this is in defensive energy and this is talking about defense. So you are going to break out of this, okay? No longer feeling that you can't break through. You will break through your resources. Money is going to look good. You got the Taurus or Mars in Taurus is all about action. Take action, break the chains, break the inhibitions that you have this year, okay? You will see a lot of positive growth from that. Wow. Ooh, I love this format. Please do comment again. It was just such a creative burst to do it this way. So I hope this brings you, some information, some solace on how things are going to be, and help you plan. Okay, so let's get you final 2 messages. And first is, wow. Let me just remove this off of the screen. There we go. So the first message is boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Oh my God, I love it. Thank you, Spirit. This is exactly the first of one of the first things we talked about. Your friends are changing, okay? You're shattering these self-inhibitions, which is also maybe like a protective boundary that you may have created around yourself. You're breaking through that, but at the same time, changes in the friend circle, changes in your immediate circle, and changes in your bigger social circle are coming because you have figured out what your boundaries are, or you will because you have these major energies over here. Wow, so people connections are changing. Now let's get you one final message. We have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So remember when we started, I think we had the High Priestess at the bottom. So definitely coming into a spiritual community, your spiritual soul tribe is what you're going to be coming into this year. So be open to it. But in order for you to do that, you also have to know who you are. And that comes from inner work, right? So don't get attracted to any like groups or anything that just use words that sound spiritual. Okay, you know what I mean, right? There are all those groups that are pretty, how do I say? They're not genuine, they're not authentic, but they may just have a label on them. For example, some spiritual yoga, and it may be a marketing gimmick. And then you go there and you realize, well, there's nothing yogi or spiritual about it. It's just a commercial name, things like that. So you'll come into those type of discernments this year, but you will find the right people, the right tribe, because you will have understood what is your true boundary and what is your true authentic identity. Wow, powerful. You are shedding old skin, my friend. Amazing. I wish you an amazing 2022. If you like this reading, give it a big thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do share it with a friend or two. Let these messages go out and help other people as well. I wish you a fabulous time and happy holidays if you're seeing this in December, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the second stone. This is the jade. And the signs it affects is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Libra. Again, you don't have to be those signs, but jade is green as the color represents. It's about the heart chakra, and with Venus being here, open up your heart to love and abundance and wisdom. And it says wisdom, abundance, good luck. Okay, so it is a good luck stone, so you may want to keep it on you. But really, it's an expansive energy where the ultimate, it says right here, the ultimate good luck charm. It promotes prosperity in every aspect of your life. So think of Venus. If you read up on Venus, you'll know how Venus is all about the physical and emotional, ethical value that we put on things or people. So jade is very helpful for that. So this year, again, you have wisdom, abundance, and good luck coming to you if you've chosen or if you've been drawn to this stone. Again, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and giving your energy, lending your energy to this tribe. And if you're new, a very warm welcome. I am really enjoying this reading today. This is the first time I'm doing this type of spread, but it was just I was really called to kind of do this different look. It's totally different. I've never done this before. Absolutely new. So this is what I'm calling a taroscope. So we're going to use the astrology houses and we'll look at what energies are going to be the most prominent for you in 2022. So let me just pop that screen over here. There we go. We'll draw our cards and then talk about the top themes and then get some additional messages from there. Okay, group 2. First house, you have celebration. And I'll tell you the way it works. I'll lay out all the cards. I may quickly touch on them. And then I'll go around the wheel, tell you which areas will be have what energies, and then focus more on the houses that get any major arcanas, if any of those come through. And then we have a couple other oracle decks to use. So second house, we have the Page of Wands. Third house, we have Three of Swords. Okay. Fourth house, we have the Moon. Wow, this is powerful. So this is going to be your powerful house, which is the 5th house. And we'll talk about what that is. We have 7 of Pentacles in our 6th house position. Sorry, it just takes me a little bit to adjust the cards. Wow, we have Judgment on the 7th house. Fantastic. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, you have a lot of major arcanas, group 2. This is in the 8th house. Okay. Knight of Cups and the 9th house. Woo, another one. Oh my gosh, this itself could be like an hour-long reading. We have the Hierophant, another major arcana in the 10th house. Wow. Another major in the 11th house, which is Aries, or Emperor, excuse me. That's Aries energy. Wow, this one wanted to come. Okay, this is... What is going on with this group? Overall, things are going to even out. You're touching shore. You've come out of the choppy waters. This is going to be the year where things are going to come to a smooth and steady progression and easy times, okay? This is, again, taking what you value the most and leaving all the nonsense behind that doesn't resonate with you. That's going to be a big theme this year, but it's amazing. Okay, let me just see, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcanas. Oh my goodness, where do I start? So let's start here with the Judgment, okay? Because I'm seeing the Judgment in the 7th house and Justice over here. Then we have the Moon, and even here, even though it's not a major arcana, we do have the 3 of Swords. Then we have the Hierophant. So quickly tying these all together, if you've been in a situation where your business partners or your family connections or your companion, like your love relationships, have been iffy in the sense they've not been true, or where the people that you've been dealing with have not been true and have had a different face on the surface versus what happens behind the scenes, or collectively if you and other people in any sort of partnerships have been trying to, what we say in keeping things very steady, trying to ignore a few things. And I'm trying to be very this is no judgment from me, okay? I'm just trying to say it in a way that it doesn't turn you off, because I think you really need to hear this. And I mean this with a lot of love. If there have been areas where you and the people that you work with or are in relationship with have been pushing them under the rug this year, that's going to change, okay? That's got to go. It's Judgment time. It's Justice time, okay? Those things are gonna, things where the foundations have not been solid are gonna fall apart, or things where the foundations have been building progressively, they're really gonna solidify, okay? Because we do have the 4 of Wands in your 1st house. The 1st house is your identity, it's your ego, it's your self, it's your image, how you portray yourself into the world, okay? So this is celebration and marriage. This is a marriage card. This is a marriage card. Some of you are coming into, or getting married or engaged or coming into a committed relationship in 2022. And it's going to feel really balanced. It's going to feel like, you know, there is no facade. Everything is out in the open, and it's going to heal a lot of your previous disappointments. Again, not that relationship is not going to heal the disappointments. You are going to heal yourself to a point that you're finally in a connection that feels very balanced and very open. For others of you, it could be the opposite, right? I mean, this is a general reading. It's not a personal. For that, you got to email me. So for others of you where you've been in a connection, which, you know, from your point of view was a committed connection, but is not anymore, or there's something else going on, and you have just, and your partner have just grown apart, grown into different people, that's going to fall apart this year. Okay. And I know it's hard to hear, but it is because, look at you, you're building your own traditions. By the way, the Emperor in the 11th house is your social connection. So you're taking some sort of leadership in building the right connections. You're also healing from disappointments from past connections. This can also be family. So third house represents our peers, our neighbors, our immediate siblings, our siblings, our immediate neighbors, our colleagues, people that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. So with the Three of Swords, you're going to be healing from that overall, okay? So big people changes, or big relationship and connection changes, that's coming through. Where your powerhouses are, I want to call out the fourth house. We have the moon. So there's a lot of healing in the home sector. The fourth house talks about our foundation, our stability, what our home culture is, where do we feel connected and supported. And even though, well, let's say there may be times where you may question the traditions in your home or in your stability, you may question the foundations that you have built, and do you resonate with them anymore or not? And that's where your intuition is really going to help you see through that. Okay, so some adjustments in the home and foundation sector. So back to where your powerhouses are this year. Creativity. First of all, you have fifth house is our creative endeavors. It can also represent children. So some of you may, like the magician creates, right? So you may actually birth or adopt, or, you know, it's going to also be pets, although pets is more sixth house. But this is creation. There is a lot of creation energy in available to you, okay, with magician showing up in the fifth house. So this is creativity is also linked to career, which is the 10th house. You have the Hierophant. So there is some career change. And then also what we see here, this is our money and value. There's something new coming. Okay, so this could be a new job. So what I like to link is I like to link this house, 2nd, 5th, 8th, and 10th. This is your personal income from like a core day-to-day job. There is something new coming over here. With the Hierophant sitting here, Hierophant is all about traditions, institutions, it's structure, it is organization, you know, so representing some sort of change here. We have the Magician, which is creative. So this could be a creative endeavor that becomes your career, or a side hustle, that, you know, you do a job and a side hustle, that could be possible. And then the 8th house is you have the Wheel of Fortune. You have major expansion this year from non-direct income sources. Oh, I could have said passive income, because the 8th house represents financial institutions, commissions, loans, financing, mortgages, all those things that are not directly tied to our core job or our base salary. Let's say it's not base salary, or this can also be inheritance. Okay, so money, creativity, career has a big shift for you this year, or it's available to you. I always say, like, this is not dictating your destiny. It is telling you what's available to you, how you want to use it. Similarly here, right? When we're talking about where there could be a separation in cases where the connection isn't true anymore or doesn't feel true anymore. Yes, we could go on for decades in that state, speaking from personal experience, okay? So there's no judgment. We can go on for decades in those experiences thinking that's our duty, that's our commitment, until it actually falls apart, right? So this is not dictating what's going to happen. It's telling you that's available to you, should you choose to do that, right? Free will trumps everything. So there's shifts in relationships, partnerships. So this year, if you're starting new partnerships, make sure they're very out in the open, because the judgment talks about no masks. There cannot be any masks. So 7th house is our marriage, and it's also our partnerships in work and business partnerships. So that's going to be happening. Okay, big. These are big energies. So let's talk about some of the lighter stuff. Generally, you will feel like this is the year of celebration, because you have celebration in the very first house, okay? This could be marriage celebration, literally marriage for some of you. But for others of you, there's going to be a feeling of like this is a lighter year, even though you have so many major arcanas. And I think this is very important, because going into the year, if you walk in and you start the year with feeling like, nope, this is my year of celebration, I'm going to enjoy this year, and my focus is just on feeling a high vibration and happiness and joy in my life. If you put that energy in, things are going to start falling into place, and the universe will like give you one link after one link after one link and connect all the things together, right? So our self energy, our own energy, dictates a lot of how we feel, right? You can watch some Joe Dispenza, or even like Abraham Hicks, talks on YouTube. A lot of good gold material in there, right? So that's happening. New beginnings in your income, okay, your value system. This could also be a new partner, because the 2nd house is ruled by Venus. It's Taurus house, so it is our money and it's our people that we love. It can be lovers, and again, we talked about Jade. We have Venus here, okay? So Venus is going to play an important role for you this year. So be open to new connections, and then keep at it. The 6th house with the 7 of Pentacles, it talks about slow and steady wins the race. Stay committed to your course. Stay committed to your health along with your job and your career. Don't just do hard work only. Like if you're starting a business, don't do just that, okay? Make time for yourself. This is going to really be a big test, because a lot of times when we have so many changes coming in our career, we're completely fired up and then we ignore our health. So this is here to just remind us that we need to make sure we take breaks as well. That's going to be important. And on the lighter subject, 9 of Cups is beautiful. If you get excited about learning anything new, any new skills, any long-term goals that you've been thinking about, it may be a good time to visit that, write it down, and see how you want to achieve those goals. But these should be goals that bring you joy, okay? Not goals that somebody else tells you should be doing. This is not a should. This is not a society conditioning us on our goals. This is, what do you want to do? Put some time towards that and think about it, because very, very positive energies, very empowering energies that are available to you. That was a lot. I hope that made sense. But comment below if you watch this file, and then if you have any questions, I'm happy to kind of just chime in. So let's see what could be some of the other astrological influences. Whoa, that's a lot. So I'm going to take the 2 that flipped in my hand. We have eccentricity, which is Jupiter in Aquarius, 11th house. Look at that. You're leading some major change. Oh, yes. We have flattery in Gemini, 3rd house, which is this is Venus. So Venus is important. Venus. Please read up on her if you have time, or if you're drawn to it. You may get some tips on how to use Venus energy or be successful with it. And then we have more Venus. Oh, wow. Lust. This is Venus in the 1st house, Aries. So Aries has shown up twice. Let me just move this wheel out of the way so we can just connect it all. Okay, so major astrological influences for you are Jupiter and Venus. This is all expansion. 11th house is the Emperor, right? This is all about your social connections. This is about, I don't want to say social media. I think this is about your social network, who you influence. But there's definitely some sort of new age thinking. So as I said, this is a leader energy. You may be leading like a group of friends or a community or like an online group or something like that into a different connection, into a different direction, different idea, with eccentricity and the Emperor showing up in the 11th house. In the 3rd and 1st, so here and here, you have Venus showing up again, a marriage. I'm telling you, so there is a new connection coming. You're going to heal from your old heartbreaks. There's going to be a lot of chemistry, and there's going to be a lot of flattery for each other. You know, this person, if this is a new connection coming in, or if this is graduating to the next level with your person, there's going to be a lot of mutual admiration in this connection. Mentally, because we have Gemini, and also physically with Aries. So there's going to be a lot of hot mess in the behind closed doors is what I'm seeing over here. So fun times for you. So those are kind of some of the major energies, but definitely stand in your power. Look at this. So this card here, the image is amazing, and it's all about eccentricity, right? How are you eccentric? I can't even say it. There's a fish flying in the sky. This creature looks like a half mermaid and half woman or something. And you know, there's like this strange plant that goes in both directions, while in the background there's like this whole town or whatever that is. So it's like, this is not a time to blend in. It's time to be you, okay? No matter how different you are or you're thinking maybe from other people in the society, in the 11th house, this is all about you following your own path and in the process influencing others on it. Nice. Definitely invest in some green stones or pink rose, or like pink rose. Rose quartz or jade might be good stones for you. With crystals. So let's get you 2 final messages. I hope this has been helpful. This is a lot. You have protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. There you go. Call back your power. Justice. Emperor. Hierophant. Judgment. Call back your power. You are the magician. You are protected. Your soul family is truly protecting you. And the second message we have, so oh my god, I just said it, soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. There you have it. Changes in the 11th house, in your connections. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of protection. You will be guided to your soul family. So Venus is playing an important role. Jupiter is playing an important role, but overall expansion and in career, in people, in money, in value, in whatever or whoever you value, there's going to be growth this year through that. Okay. So those are the messages I have for you, Pile 2. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I would appreciate if you want to share it with a friend or two so we can help expand this beautiful community. With that, I wish you a fabulous 2022, and I'll catch you in one of my next readings. Hi, Pile 3. If this is the stone you chose, this is your reading. You chose the tiger's eye. Okay, so I'll hold it here. You can pause and read on its own, but basically it's what I'm picking up here is, again, it says courage, optimism, power, and it says Leo and Capricorn. So this is, again, a stone that really helps with bringing out our inner courage and having the courage to power through our dreams or ambitions or goals, whatever we may have. And I think there was something when I was reading, it says, call on the warrior inside of you and pursue your ambitions with laser focus. With confidence, strength, and power, Tiger's Eye helps break through any blockages that stand in your way. Activate the warrior inside of you. Okay, so this may be a very empowering year for you. Again, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for lending your energy to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you're new, a very warm welcome. This is a brand new spread that I'm doing for 2022. Let's see how people receive it, and I may do these more in the future, maybe like mid-year point or anything like that as well. So this is your tarot-scope. Okay, go within, listen to your inner intuition. Let me just pop my image here. So we're gonna place tarot on all the astrological houses, and then we'll pay attention especially to the ones where we get major arcanas, if we get those, okay? And then I'll just walk you through what the year looks like, what are the major energies, what are the lighter energies, and then we'll use a couple oracles on top of that. Okay, whew, already out of breath. That's too many. Okay, let's get started. So 2022, your first house energy, you have the Three of Pentacles. Second house, another three. This is Three of Wands. Wow, look at that. Third house, Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. In our fourth house, we have the Five of Cups. Fourth house has been the one house where everybody's getting a little bit of lower energies because, again, we've been in a pandemic for almost 2 years, well, over 2 years now. I've lost track, and home situation has been not ideal for most people. So I've been seeing that theme overall. We have the Ten of Wands in the sixth house. Yes, makes sense. Wow, look at that. We have Nine of Pentacles in our partnerships. We have the Knight of Swords in our eighth house. Fast moving energy. Ninth house, there's victory. There is victory in your long-term goals and ambitions. Oh, wasn't that what the tiger's eye said over here? That's what I read. I clearly remember it. Pursue your ambitions with laser focus. Yeah, for some of you, there's a new career. Interesting. That energy has also come up in another pile. You have Six of Cups in your career house. So you may come into connections that you worked with before. You may go back to a previous job, or like a previous employer may hire you back. Let's see what else. In your community, there are changes. So your friend circle, your social circle is going to see some changes for you. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune in your 12th house, which is your own psyche, your own psychology. It's the house of healing. So your major, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice energy. Okay, so major energy overall is going to be balance this year. There's going to be justice this year. You're going to feel like finally things are evening out. Finally, the scales are getting balanced out this year. Okay, 2022. So let's look at the big ones first. And by the big ones, I mean the houses where we get major arcanas are the ones that I'm taking as the higher significance. Okay, so we have that in your 9th, 11th, and 12th house. So 9th house, it talks about long-term goals. It talks about our ambition. Well, it talks about our learning and our philosophies as well. Okay, so with the Chariot, which represents victory, but this coming in the 9th house is a very interesting energy, I feel, and I'm saying that because I'm looking at this card over here as well. This year, you are going to find interesting expansion of your thinking, of your thought process, of your philosophies, of your spirituality, okay? The Chariot has like the black and the white Sphinx, and they usually are at an angle, okay? So if you're trying to like, steer the Chariot ahead, you gotta kind of tug a little bit. It's not just both facing the same direction, they face a little bit off. That requires balance. That requires us, constantly trying to do a head over heart type of analysis, and not constantly, I mean, that requires an active debate within ourselves. But this shows you will be victorious, okay? If you're coming into newer thinking processes, newer skills, or big, let's say, you want to shift your career, your heart is in one place, but your brain is saying something else, you will find which is the right direction. Those type of things where your intellect is involved, you're going to find newer ways and you will lead forward and charge ahead in those. Now, with the 12th house with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is, again, this is a healing house. It's all about our psyche, our philosophies, but our psychology and our mental health. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like finally this year you're going to crack almost like, you know, it's like I see like a key turning. Okay, you will unlock something and unblock, like with how the tiger's eye card said, you will unblock something within that's going to help you heal and come into your confidence. Okay, this is the card of confidence that we have over here. There's going to be major shifts in that. This may have been a long journey because the Wheel of Fortune kind of turns a little bit slow, right? It takes time to go around the wheel. And to me, it's a Saturn energy. So it may be a long time. You may have been working on your inner healing or shadow work you may have been doing. And with that, you'll be able to really charge ahead and come out victorious. Okay, so those two I see are connected. Your spirituality, your independence, your creative thinking, all of those are going to expand overall. And then the other one that we have, as I said, big changes, or maybe, again, I want to just call out, tarot does not dictate your destiny. It tells you what's available to you. You have the power. If you take actions, you can use those energies. And if you don't agree with the energies, you can still take action and change the outcome. That's how tarot works. Free will trumps everything else. Okay. So when I say there's going to be changes, I'm not dictating it. I'm saying what's available to you is to make swift changes in your social sector. This is the social circle we hang out with, we spend time with, we, you know, whatever, like there could be people that you've been with. As I was telling another pal, interestingly, you may have been with them for decades, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you just can't, you know, associate with them anymore because you just don't understand why you guys were friends. Okay, and it's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just evolution, and they may have evolved to a different thinking. You may have evolved to a different thinking. What this is telling us, if you find yourself at that sort of a situation this year, you have the power to make the change, and it's okay to walk away and perhaps find the right set of your soul tribe that resonates with your authenticity. Okay, so that's very much likely this year, and it's available to you. If you don't want to make changes, don't make changes. That's not dictating it. But there seems to be big energies or changes in your social sector overall. Okay, so those are the three big changes: philosophy, psychological healing, and also the people that you consider your friends or connections or networking. Okay, your network may change quite a bit this year. Now let's look at some of the softer and fun energies as well. Career is looking very fun. You have the Six of Cups. So this is likely that you get back with teammates from, you know, a previous job, or your previous employer calls you and offers you another job, or it's whatever happens, maybe you're still in the same place, but this will be a time where you'll genuinely enjoy working with the people that you work with on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so it's a happy career, it's a gentle career, which, trust me, is rare. No matter how easy it sounds, that's how it should be. We should feel empowered and just happy doing a 9 to 5 or working for anyone, or on our own business, whatever that is. We should feel happy with around the people that we work with, but that is not that common. So this showing up is a pretty cool energy. I really, really like this. Let's see what else is a fun energy. We do have a lot of independence in your seventh house, and also a lot of confidence and attraction. So seventh houses are relationships and partnerships. So any partnerships, be it romantic or business, they fall in this area. And what it's saying is you can literally build any connections you want. All you gotta do is be confident. And that theme has come up here as well. I know I read confidence here. There you go. With confidence, strength, and power. Okay. So confidence is going to be key. If you just, and trust me, fake it till you make it. Even if you feel nervous in new connections, like new partnerships or clients, just pretend to be confident. And before you know it, it'll almost become like a program within you where you'll just naturally become very confident. You got to practice, right? We got to practice everything. That's what's showing up. But for romantic connections, you would be very attractive to other people. Okay, they're going to be drawn towards you because this person kind of is a very magnetic personality. When the Nine of Pentacles shows up, they will see you as somebody who's very well established, very confident, you know, takes care of themselves, okay, and have their financial ish together, right? Their goals together, their ambition is together, they're on top of things. That's what you're going to exude on all sorts of partnerships that you have this year. Let me see what else is fun. There's definitely some new teamwork here in the first house. So you will be building something with other people. That's pretty possible here. And also you may let go of something. So this could be like letting go of older partnerships and coming into new in order to build your money. Some material and other physical values or relationships, and our base salary, basic or earns of income, or means of earning. That's what sits in the second house. So you're gonna let go of some old practices or old people that you've been in connection with in order to grasp some new opportunity. That's what's showing up over here. Third house, this is your colleagues, your friends, your day-to-day connections, your siblings. So there's a lot of abundance in this area. Okay, so again, I feel the partnerships are going to be quite powerful this year, and the set of people where you feel very close with, that's going to bring a lot of abundance to you, or it's just going to do like a very good, it'll have a very positive impact on your own energy, so that you feel confident that you can go after your goals and build your abundance. And this is different, okay? This house, these connections are more day-to-day closer partnerships versus this one here, which is your big social circle that you may have, okay? And a lot of us kind of, as we go through our journey, our circles shrink and they become very meaningful. That is possible over here, that you stop having I don't know, like 100 friends and you go down to 5, and they're very meaningful connections, and they being with them actually promotes your abundance, because you have less energy to dispel two connections that don't make any sense, and you're able to preserve that energy shared with the true people, and then you gain from that as well, and you're able to really focus and make your own life abundant. Okay, so changes in your connections, positive changes coming here. This section is where there is more healing that's going to come, and it's going to come. You have the Wheel of Fortune in the healing house. It's going to happen. So anything in the home, with home, family, children, and also, or it may have felt, this tells me that you may have felt a little bit boxed in, a little bit crowded, a little bit, even like the energy is like feeling crowded, yes, disappointed, yet feeling left out in the cold with these energies over here. But that's coming to an end, okay? So your day-to-day routines have to change. They have to. You cannot carry so much weight. Sixth house is about career and your daily routine. So how do you commute to work? What time do you commute? Do you exercise? Do you meditate? Or, do you take a nap? Whatever that is that helps you heal yourself, ground yourself. If you've not been doing it and there's way too much on your calendar, like if it's a calendar traffic jam, that's got to change this year. Unless you do that, you're going to keep your creativity blocked. You're going to feel sort of like a little bit of sadness in the home, okay? So this section is calling for you to rebalance your priorities and become the master of prioritization of things and people in your life. If you fix that, everything else is going to change amazingly, and new opportunities and expansion is going to come your way. So this is important. A lot of times we forget to take care of ourselves and just keep piling on responsibilities, and that's what sucks our energy and does not leave enough for us to come out victorious in these areas, right? So that's what I see is happening over here. So let's get 3 cards from the Oracle of the Sun. I'm probably saying it wrong. I will link the cards in the description box below. It's called Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I stand corrected. Let's see what astrological influences may be at play for you this year, group 3. So the first one is inspiration. That is Mercury in Pisces. Ooh, they're inspired to make change in the 12th house. Okay, I'll just walk through these. Let me get them out. You have influence, more Mercury energy, influence in Libra, the 7th house. And then you have exaltation with moon in Taurus, 2nd house. Okay, so the common things here, this year, it's mind over matter. Mercury is all about the mind, okay? So your mental power, your confidence, you can crush any goal. That's what these are telling us, because we have inspiration and influence. Now this, you are really inspired to listen to your intuition, because this is 12th house and you have the Wheel of Fortune here. So listen to your intuition, find the inspiration within to make effective change this year. You have influence in the 7th house. As I said, it's a very magnetic energy over here. You can influence other people. This is a very good indicator of powerful partnerships, and it's going to be client consultations, it can be romance, it can be any sort of partnerships where you could have a very strong hold and influence on other people. And then you have exaltation, which is moon in Taurus. Okay, so again, your security is going to come from the 2nd house, and this is where you have to let go of things that have not been working for you money wise. Okay, money or value systems, wherever you just don't see it works for you anymore, change it. Because until you don't change it, or until you do, you're not going to feel secure in your holding, okay, in your foundation. That's what I'm seeing over here. So yeah, money, career, partnerships coming out really strong for you. Listen to your intuition. You have the answers within, and have the courage and confidence, and that's the big theme for you this year. So let's get you to closing messages, advice, or messages, whatever we have. We have boundaries. Wow, I've shuffled. This came out in another pile. I think in pile 1, I'm not sure. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And I'm laughing because as I'm looking at this card, I'm looking at the Tower. Okay, this is the social connection. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Do it. Until you do, you're not going to feel peace. You're going to feel that your energy is dissipated, that you're spending time on the wrong things with the wrong people, and you just don't have energy left for you. Okay, so stronger boundaries this year. And then your final message is trust the niggle. What? I've never seen this card again before. So what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? There you go, 12th house. Inspiration, influence, Wheel of Fortune. Your intuition is going to be telling you something needs to change. You see how the third eyes are lit up? And this kind of looking inward. So your gut, your third eye is going to give you enough indication when you need to do things differently. Listen to it. It is a feeling that's trying to tell you something different, to do something different, to be different, to not be blocked in the same patterns that you have in the past. And, you know, little by little, even if you follow like one hunch, you'll see how things start opening up and the path becomes clearer and clearer for your journey. Okay, so those are the messages I have for you, group 3. Please give it a big thumbs up if you like this reading. Share it with a friend or two and help me expand this community. Do subscribe if you haven't already. I wish you a fabulous 2022 and much love and light. I'll see you in one of my next ones. Take care. Hello, pile 4. This is for those of you who chose the 4th stone or crystal, and this one is fluorite, and it is all about organization, clear priorities, and represents Capricorn and Pisces, and helps or is ruled by Mercury. So it's all mental power, organization, everything that Mercury is related to. So thoughts, processes, plans, to-do lists, priorities, that's going to be very, very beneficial for you this year. I will hold it here so you can pause and read on your own. But overall, it really says that it helps you organize your life from top to bottom, heightening focus and releasing unnecessary stress. Okay, it helps with decision making, takes away bad influence, protects you, of course, and then also helps you connect, ground, and connect to the higher realms as well. Okay, so interesting stone. I love the colors in this one. So this is for you, group 4. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming and sharing your energy with this tribe. If you're new, welcome to my channel. We are doing a Taroscope for 2022. This is a new format for a new year that I haven't done before. I'll likely keep this for annual or mid-year level readings because it is quite in-depth, so I hope you like it, and we'll see how it goes. We're gonna place tarot cards on the astrology wheel, and then we'll use a couple other oracle decks to see what the top themes are. So let me just pop that over. Here we go. I'm gonna draw out the cards, and we'll look at what comes out. But the way the other piles have been coming up is a mix of major, minor arcana, and then we look at which ones are the most influential. So first house for you, we have the 9 of Wands, and I'll tell you what the houses are. Second house is the Devil. Again, Capricorn energy. And we have Capricorn here. It said Capricorn, so work. Okay, work is going to play an important work will be an important aspect for you this year, with the Devil showing up in the work sector. It's not a devil actually showing up at your work, okay? That'd be pretty interesting. Some of you watch Lucifer, I'm hearing. I have not watched that in like ages, but that just reminded me of that. So some of you are Lucifer fans. Okay, so third house, we have another major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we're going to take these. We have fourth house, 8 of Pentacles. Fifth house, we have the 6 of Cups. I love it. I love it. Children showing up in the children house. Beautiful. Sixth house, we have death and a rebirth. Very nice. We have quite a few major arcanas. Okay, like another pile. Then we have seventh house. We have a lot of celebration. 3 of Cups. I love it. You have 2 of Wands in the 8th house. Magician in the 9th house. That's like fire energy in a fire house. I like it. I like it. Major arcana, by the way. 10th house. You have the 3 of Swords. Clear connection here. We have 5 of Swords in our 11th house. Don't worry, I'll explain these. And then finally, we have 2 of Pentacles in your 12th house. All right, and bottom deck energy, you have the Tower. This is the year of change, you guys. This pile, this is the year of change and swift, quick changes where you will be empowered to make your own foundations. Okay, now this requires crystal clear vision, planning, to-do list, organization of your life. Wasn't that the term they said over here? Organize your life from top to bottom. Okay, so this is the year. This is the year you're gonna monumentally shift your life in some shape or form, and we'll look at that over here, but feel very empowered to do that in 2022. Okay, so let's look at this. You're coming into the year, I'm just going to do a summary first and then we'll go deeper into the major arcana houses. You are coming into the year feeling a little blocked, or not blocked, but feeling a little tired. This is a wounded warrior energy, and the first house is our self, our ego, how we portray ourselves to the world, how we see ourselves, like, and you may feel like it's been such a long ride and you're just exhausted. And trust me, the last 2 years have been like that with the global situation happening. This is not like an out of the blue random energy. This is quite prevalent in the community right now. Earth people are going through this. So coming into the year, you may be feeling blocked and you may be feeling tired, and that's why you're ready for that change. There may be a sense of impatience is what I'm picking up for some of you, but just work through that energy. It'll help to prioritize your things to not feel so exhausted. That's going to be very important for you. Let's go on to the lighter energies first. I really like this Six of Cups in the fifth house. Fifth house is about our creativity. It's about children. It's about side hustles or business ideas or investments, creative investments. And so you have this one over here in a creative sector. And then you have in your partnerships, you have Three of Cups, which is celebration. And then eighth house, you have the Two of Wands, which is expansion. So creative partnerships and passive income is looking pretty good for you guys, okay? And that's why I feel the death card is here. There's something major changing in your day-to-day routines. This is our work-life balance house. This is the Virgo house. And you have Scorpio changing up. So there's a complete resurrection in this house. It's possible that some of you may be quitting your job and starting your own business. And your creativity will take off. It'll bring balance in the home and family as well. You'll do things your way, completely in a way that you haven't done before. You'll have the right partnerships in place. There'll be celebration with either your romantic connection or your partnerships. And this is going to really expand. This could be like an online global thing. It doesn't have to be online, but with the globe right here in their hands, this could be a global partnership with somebody that brings in passive income to you, okay? Because eighth house is money from sources other than our job or our base salary. So this could be loans, mortgages. This could be bonuses, commissions. I don't know, lottery? No, lottery is more fifth house. So don't do that. That's not what I'm telling. So there is expansion on the work front and the creativity front over here. And something is changing in the way you take your career forward. And the reason I wanted to start there is because your core career homes are actually 10th house, which is your career, second house, which is your earned income. And then also the sixth house. So clearly, if you drew a triangle here, sixth house, your career, your day-to-day routine is going to change completely during 2022. There are going to be things you're going to leave behind because of the Three of Swords is showing up over here. Okay, so in your career sector, this could be a moment where, let's say you're in a job, in a corporate job, and then all of a sudden, like, you've been working on it, like, look, you've been working very hard. You've been working hard and hard and hard, and you were expecting a promotion. Didn't happen mid-year, didn't happen like the first quarter, second quarter, whatever. And there's a sense of a disappointment that you may not be achieving a certain level, even though you may have been working on it and you may have been, like, crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's to get there, but you don't get it. And that creates a sense of this feeling of, I want to change things. But where you're going to feel blocked is this second house of earned income, because you may feel a little blocked, feeling, oh my God, I first got to get something else, or I first got to get my business off the ground before I quit, okay? Or it could be other way around. You could be in a business and you decide to close shop and you do something else. You may feel, like, okay, I'd worked so hard on this and it's not working. What am I going to do next? I don't know where to go. So these are all mental, internal inhibitions, or these may be thought processes that you may have been conditioned to believe, right? That is changing. That is really, you are resurrecting. This is a phoenix moment for you in your vocation, either your spirituality, and that came through, because I don't really see this on the spiritual side. That's more over here. But it's possible some of you have an aha moment and you completely change the direction of your life as it relates to your financial outlook, okay? Or your financial foundation, if you want to call that. That's changing this year. Now, you have the Magician here in your higher learning. So some of you may be starting something like a new course. You may go back to college. That's totally possible. Or you may start a new practice, a new philosophy. You may learn about different religions or different spirituality, or you may do something which is more global and expansive that's going to help you elevate even more with this magician energy over here. And yeah, so that's going to be like growing in different direction, acquiring skills, either is through a course or through anything, acquiring different skills for your long-term goals. That's what I'm seeing over here. Now, this is interesting energy. With these changes and these celebrations, I mean, you're going to continue to work or keep on perfecting your home situation. You have the Eight of Pentacles. This is going to pan out because we have the foundation, the three triangle forms a foundation, and then we keep perfecting it. So keep doing that. However you're building your home life or your stability, it is going to pay off. And it's also going to bring you a sense of, as I said, stability, because it's your home is a controlled environment for you, where you can keep experimenting and perfecting your way of life. Okay, so take full liberty over there, how you want to live in your home life or your close family connection. That's totally in your hands, because this is a repetition. This is in our hands, how you want to build things. You will build that. Some of you are maybe purchasing a home or moving to a place. That's quite possible, because you're building towards it. You may be saving up for it, and that may actually happen in 2022, or in 2022 you may build up enough resources to finally, purchase your dream home or whatever that may be. Where your luck is coming is in your close connections. Okay, the day-to-day people that you talk to. This is your siblings, this is your close family, this is your immediate neighbors. This can also be your co-workers, okay, not the bosses, but this can be co-workers. And this is where your luck is gonna turn. And yes, it's going to feel like a long time coming, because, these energies are showing us it's been a very long time. It's been a little slow, but that's where things are going to be very positive. So you will be able to lean on your close connections, and they will be very supportive of you as you build through these other goals that you have over here. There may be some nuances in your social grouping, and this is not very big of a deal. It's just the Five of Swords in 11th house. 11th house is about our social network, our larger friend circle. It's like friends and acquaintances and then networking. That's what sits in this house. So this feels like, it's almost like where there may be too many friends who are not really friends, they're acquaintances, and they just like to pick an argument or just like to debate. With this showing up over here is like, you don't need to engage with that. Preserve your energy. As you said, prioritize your life, right? Don't engage with people who just want to argue for the sake of argument, or just want to, let's say, discuss politics or religion just to poke at you. And I'm not saying don't do those topics. If they are near and dear to you, absolutely. You should follow what inspires you, but don't get into heated debates just because the person doesn't really have a say. They just want to argue. Okay, that's what this energy is. It just tells us to choose our battles wisely and not to engage in meaningless battles. So you'll very quickly identify those people and you'll walk away. And again, I'm being called to, or I'm reminded to say, no response is a response. So it's a very interesting thing that wanted to just pop in here as we're talking about this energy. I do like that myself quite a bit. No response is a response. You don't need to engage with irritating, annoying people. They're just wasting your time. So you may discern that, and rather you would spend, so these are our long connections or larger connections, and this is our close connection. So rather spend time with people who mean you well and who are really genuine with you and who will support you on your goals. That's what you want to spend your energy on, and walk away from these. And this is really nice. This is your house of psychology and mental health, where you have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel this year, as you make these changes, right, you are going to switch your viewpoint and come into a very healed place where you won't have like an internal struggle of, as I said, the inhibitions around how we make money. You're going to break through that. There's going to be some sort of psychological breakthrough, and you'll come out feeling, yes, I can have it all. Yes, I can have two things at the same time. I can have family and I can have a thriving career at the same time. Or yes, I can have my side business and my 9-to-5 job at the same time. Wherever you have these inhibitions, you're going to be able to break through those and be able to balance those out, right? Again, this is what's available to you if should you choose to make any active actions on them. If you don't take action, then nothing's going to change, right? And the biggest thing that I've been trying to remind everybody is like, if you don't like what you see, you can take a different action to influence the outcome. This is not written in stone. Tarot and spiritual energies are all based on your own energy. What you do, how you do it is what impacts the outcome. If you take a different route, you're going to end up in a different direction, okay? The future changes based on your actions. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just going to move the image away, and now let's look into what may be some of the other prominent astrological influences for you. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I will link the decks in the description box because I always mess up their names when I'm talking. Okay, so for my group 4, what major influences do we have? The first one is order. Oh my god, organization. So you have Moon in Virgo, 6th house. You are going to feel restless if you don't organize your life. Look at how orderly it is. So the Moon talks about our securities, and you will find security. The more you clean up your lists, your schedule, the more empowered and confident and on top of things you're going to feel, okay? So we have the second one is Venus in the 5th house, which is Leo. There we go, because this is the 5th house of the creativity. So there's maybe some of you are having children, or you're going back to some childhood place, or you are just spending good time with your kids. We have the Venus in Leo, and there could also be, oh, actually, how could I forget? This is also romance. So thank you, Venus, for showing up here. This talks about you may be reconnecting with a past love, past flame, or, you know, someone that feels like you've known them forever, okay? So there's an affair showing up over here, order, an affair, and then you have inspiration. This is Mercury in Pisces, the 12th house. So yes, this is where that sits. So there is inspiration. You're going to be inspired to bring this balance, to change things up. And the more you follow that, the more you'll be able to squash these inner inhibitions out, okay? So definitely a year where love and connections, there's a lot of celebration here. This is a year to clean up and bring order to our life and, be expansive in our thinking, in our philosophy, in our psychology, so we can be inspired to take action. You know, like the term inspired action. So you can actually take inspired action. That's what I see. Wow. Group 4. Okay, this one came right away. I'm going to draw you 2 extra. Actually, 1 extra. This is Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It is happening, or it's happening, okay? So there are changes coming, and I think the biggest message here is you can shape your life however you want, okay? The change, you know, the same situation, different people will perceive differently based on their own vibration. So keep working on that. Keep working on that inner power. Keep working on resurrecting or reinventing is what I'm hearing yourself, and you'll see how the energy is different. Okay, explosive energy for this group. We have play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. This is so funny because this had the Capricorn and Leo energies on it, and it's all about order and, you know, structure and career, and then bam, we get this energy out here right next to the Death card. Like, don't be all work, also play. Remember to play. You have the Six of Cups, you have this, and then you have the play energy. So perhaps the more you organize, the easier it is for you to clear your calendar, to have fun, to feel like a child and play, and, you know, get into your creative element. So definitely make time to play this year. And then you have, oh my God, the Tower again, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This is a year of transformation, my friends, for you. So do that inner work. Question yourself. Nobody else needs to do that, and you don't need to question anybody else. We all have our own unique journey, but where are the areas where you're holding yourself back? What are you clinging to? What thoughts are you clinging on to? What traditions are you clinging on to? And then you have at the bottom, trust the niggle. It came out in the last pile. What is a niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, you already know what you need to change. So this will be a very, very empowering year for you, should you choose to step into that power, change your life, live it however you want to. Those are the messages for you. I will end it for you here, pile 4. Have a fabulous 2022. Wish you much love and light. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and share it with a couple friends so they can feel inspired. And I hope that my readings bring healing to people. They bring healing to me. So it's a really great source of healing and building community. So I appreciate your time. Wish you the very best, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye.